Hello, Bard haters, and welcome to another fine We Hate Bards Let's Play. I'm Ben,
And I'm Chris.
and this is a continuation of our little series exploring shitty old adventure games that I used to play as a kid. And I'm really happy this is a continuing. I'm actually going to maximize this so we can get the bit of a better view on the recording.
Welcome to hell, folks.
So, this particular gem, as I turn on the volume a little bit, this particular gem is going to be Space Quest 3.
Oh my word. You people are in for a treat. If you've never played these games, like, you don't even understand how awful this is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my word.
If you thought Alex Kidd in High Tech World was bad, or that freaking, what was that other one? Curse of Enchantia made no sense? Oh yeah, you guys are in for some real fun here.
Oh my word.
Oh yeah.
Oh my word.
Those are actual characters in the game, and they were also the developers!
What a bunch of a-holes.
Basically! The two guys from Andromeda, as they're called, although they're called something else in real life. But yeah, this is one of the games developed by Sierra, who were a staple of shitty adventure games.
Oh my word. I mean, they... Don't even bother. This is all garbage. Listen to us instead of reading this. But they just pumped out, like, just 100 of these games. I remember buying, like, because I used to, back in the day, get, like, CDs, and they would have, like, 30 games on them or something. And, like, at least 10 of them would be, like, these old, crappy Sierra adventure games.
Yep.
And I could, no joke, like, I had a ton of them, and I would play them. And I was never able to, like, get past, like, the first one or two screens. Like, it was just impossible.
Yeah. Also, I apologize for the low resolution, but OBS kind of screwed up when I was trying to record it originally.
Don't apologize. You're getting the real.
I'll try and fix
deal.
this and edit.
Yeah.
This is actually done in their Sierra's new, I think, AGI as opposed to SGI, whereas Space Quest 1 and Space Quest 2 were done in SGI, and this was AGI, which AGI had the advantage that when you tried to type things in, Chris, because Space Quest was a text passer, Space Quest 3, it actually paused when you went to type things in. Space Quest 1 and 2, it didn't. So that was one of the nice things about this. And admittedly, I do kind of like the text passers as a concept because it means you can't just brute force your way through all the puzzles. But it also leads to the fact that sometimes you just have no idea what the fuck you're supposed to do or where the fuck you're supposed to go.
Sometimes, Ben.
Sometimes, all the time.
All the time.
Now, this is about Roger. At this point, we were playing as Roger Wilco, who originally Space Quest 1 and 2 you could change his name, but if you didn't type in anything, the default was just Roger Wilco, and that just kind of became his name at this point in the series and forever onward. But at the end of Space Quest 2, after like fighting a bunch of, I don't remember, more like space pirates or something, we put ourselves in cryogenic stasis and drifted off into space, which is sort of the sci-fi equivalent of just, let's stick this away somewhere for a little while, and then we can just have it recontinue anywhere. It's kind of like how James Bond ended ended every movie with a different girl on his arm escaping. Mm-hmm. Him shagging a lovely lady was sort of the default state he was in whenever the camera wasn't on him.
Yeah. And
yeah, this is us coming out of cryogenic stasis.
And
he is awake.
Flesh, he's an undead
Maybe.
monstrosity.
We may or may not eat flesh at some point. Actually, we won't eat flesh.
Hope so. Oh my word.
So, this game is called Space Quest. Given the name, what would you expect out of it?
Hold on. Are you asking me if this is real or like as a thing?
Just think very basically.
It's a quest in space, but I know it's a Sierra game, so we're probably going to be in like an underground dwarf mine.
Nope. We will be in space, but guess what there isn't in this game?
Questing.
A quest. Right now, we've just found ourselves in the middle of a random strat peep, and our goal is at this point get the fuck out. Somehow. With no real way of how to do it. Also, if it looks like my controls are really weird, this was not controlled with the mouse interface. You had to double tap the direction you were trying to... Actually, you tap once to go in a direction, you tap again to stop. Yes, haha, thank you, Sierra.
Oh, that was another thing that's staple, like, of Sierra games. Like, they were, like, constantly telling you, like, how stupid you were and, like, and how, like, not smart you were about everything.
Manhunter did that, like, crazy, and I hated it for it.
Like, they just, like the other, like...
it takes me, like, I think 4 or 5 tries to actually figure out what they want, and I can't even remember what it is.
Like, Sierra... I'm so...
Quest isn't in the Andromeda dictionary, thanks. Brilliant dictionary you got there.
Just a complete and utter, like, just contempt for you playing their games. Like, they're not, like, trying to please you at all. I mean, could get like, you know, kind of behind that, but just like to the point where it's just like, you know, big middle finger to you for everything.
This game had the pretensions of being sarcastic,
but not like in a wink and like it's like, oh, it's sarcastic in a wink and a nod way, but no, but like it's basically like them giving you the finger, and
right?
Them like no, we mean it, we hate you.
Yeah, so like if you don't type in
oh my word, oh my, I forgot about this. I forgot.
This little bit.
No. I've never played this one. I played the previous Space Quest. This is a new treat for me.
Yeah.
But the score, 0 out of 738.
Oh, yeah.
The score, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, fun times.
Yeah, I'm all excited for this now. I had to, that was me making sure that it saved. I thought I edited some of this out. I edited down like about an hour of this. So, because of just me like fucking around trying to figure out what to do. And I think at this point this is me. I thought I cut this part out. I mean, come on, there's like almost 3 hours of video footage. What do you want?
What do you want, people? Just wandering around typing, like, be like, eat hot dog, be like, sorry.
I think this is me trying to get as close as possible to it, and I think I get close enough here, and then it just kind of carries me up. Let's see. Yep, there we go. I thought I had to type something in, but then it turns out you
trash conveyor belt.
Now, what do we know about Sierra Adventure Games?
Oh, that you're gonna die.
That you die a lot. That's why their motto was save early, save often. Hence, why I saved it. Also, I'll point this out, there was a way in Sierra Adventure Games to increase the speed, but I didn't know what button it was on the emulator I was using, so I just couldn't do it. Oh, look, that looks like fun. I wonder what happens if we just don't type anything for a while. Not a pretty sight.
Shredded like an Iran Contra document. Oh.
Little importance to you, what with your being dead and all. Yeah, thank you, Sierra.
Oh, my word.
We're going to be seeing a lot more of that as we go. There are several parts in this game that just dicks you over for no reason.
I remember there was one, like, it was like the adventure of like Laura Bow, I think it was, that I had downloaded on one of those various CDs. And yeah, and basically, I found out how to get out of the office, because it was a chore to get out of her office. You get down to the street, and then like, you go left, and you walk out on the street, and a car drives by and runs you over. Game over.
Game over.
And,
like Alex freaking Kidd.
Yeah. And I was like,
yeah. To be fair, it's still in there. To be fair, this is kind of an obvious thing you should do. And like I said, because it's Space Quest 3, not Space Quest 1 or 2, it'll pause while you type.
Uh-huh.
That was one thing about the old Sierra game. Like, the original ones, like, it wouldn't pause when you type, so you had to be freaking quick. It was a great way to learn typing. You know, like, typing from a complete psychotic.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, what we're trying to do now is we're actually, like I said, we're trying to get out of here. And again, there is no indication as to how to do that.
And like, where are we? Like, where? Like, we like.
I don't know. We're in the middle of a space junker that kind of just picked us up because it thought we were just floating space junk.
Well, shouldn't you like call somebody on the comms and be like, "Hey"?
No, that's too smart. This is Sierra. You got to dumb yourself down a little bit to figure out the puzzles. And I think I'm about to die here as well. I can't remember. Again, I recorded this thing like about 8 months ago. Yep. Haven't we? That's another thing about these games. They were surprisingly graphic with the deaths. Like Space Quest 3 in particular. There was one later. Yeah, I just cut out the walk back because I'd forgotten to save it. So this is me walking back. But yeah, there's one later that freaking, like, especially as a kid. Yeah, get in machine and he'll just kind of drop. That was what you're supposed to do. What are you, stupid? Anyway, there's one death later on, and you'll know when we get to it, that just was extremely, like, grotesque, and just, I don't even know.
Like, just, like, your skin ripped off, and you're flailing around, it's like just a muscled corpse.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah, again, this is the part where it would have been really handy to kind of, like, speed up the game, and I think I cut here in a bit. But what you're supposed to do, and they don't tell you, is first you need to find a new ship, then you need to use, this little thing here, which is a magnet. Yeah, that was me cutting it out. And I spent like 30, or not quite that, I spent like 10-15 minutes looking around trying to find the thing I was supposed to pick up. But you have to pick up like a power core and drop it in a ship on the other side of the area. Then you have to go back down and get in the power core, or get in the ship. And I think it's right here that I have to do it.
And then you get to leave and go home, right?
Yes, that's exactly what you get to do.
Yep. And then...
Yep. That thing right by your ship where you started, that's a plot critical item we needed to grab. You can't actually pick it up, you have to use this thing. with the warp motivator. That was what it was called. Now, what a warp motivator is, God only knows. But apparently we've got one now.
Yep, we got one. Good job. Good job, Roger Wilco. You're so smart.
Well, that's debatable. I mean, granted, his logic is sound for most of what the game is. It's just the developers are not smart.
Yeah. Now, I don't know much about the Space Quest thing, but I do know a bunch of other Sierra games. They always made the protagonist, like, rather... Well, it depends. Like, a lot of them were, like, rather incompetent at things.
Yeah, Roger Wilco is kind of like that. He's a bit of a bumbler at times. Like, he sort of just stumbles dick first into success.
Yeah, well, it's like... These games teach the kids, Ben, that you don't need really skill to kind of get through life or anything. You just have to be have enough dumb luck to kind of and make choices that might pan out sooner or later.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll tell you what. Watching some of these old adventure games, it explains the fuck out of where our society is now.
Yeah, put it in,
and you stick it in, and that was where you're supposed to put it. And if you were not within, I think about an inch on screen, not even that, a half inch in either direction from where I am, it wouldn't work. You have to basically judge it based on where that rail is in the background. That's what I did anyway.
Oh god. All right, now do you have to go all the way back to that ship?
Yep.
Oh my word! Just jump in the thing.
And I'll tell you right now, in case you're wondering how I'm doing all this, yes, I had a fucking walkthrough. Fuck you. I wasn't gonna.
Oh my word! No. It literally would have been 3 hours of you riding around on this rail.
I would have given up. Yeah. I would have just said fuck it and did a different game. No, that's I would not do any of these stupid old point and clicks without. And actually, we make jokes about him being a bumbler, but there was a game that was really bad for it. You ever heard of? I think I told you about Delphine before. They made
possibly.
They made a bunch of. Well, they made
the company.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember those guys.
Yeah, they made a couple of really good games for console, namely Flashback and Another World. Actually, it was Out of This World.
Yeah, you told me about a couple of those.
Yeah, Future Wars in particular. That is a game that has no thread of logic whatsoever. The character in that game doesn't do things because they make sense. He does things because, oh yeah, this is me showing off another death. If you hang around too long, the robot sees you, dead.
No. You're dead.
That is not what happened, Sierra. I got disintegrated. Show me getting disintegrated, you lazy fucks.
He took a spike to the head.
Something like that. It was like that movie, No Country for Old Men or whatever, with the guy with the little hydraulic.
Yeah.
That was basically what happened.
But there were a number of adventure games that grind them up.
That's what you actually had to do. You had to go down there and land here.
There were a bunch of adventure games, and there were some really past this point in time though. They came I think a little bit later.
What are those?
Those are mecha rats. I don't. What are those things? If you hang
They're
around
just regular
here,
rats.
Oh, if you hang around here long enough, will they eat you?
Hey, Roger Wilco just disappeared. Temporarily.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's right. It just jumped me over there for reasons. That was the other thing. These point-and-click adventures were really finicky about where you had to stand. Really fucking annoying.
Uh-huh.
Future Wars was worse. Future Wars was worse. I really want to do that at some point on the channel to show off the utter terribleness of it.
We should do that. We should do that in the future.
I want to get Luke in here for that, because Luke has never seen these. The whole point of this was to do it with Luke and freak him out. And
see, I remember these games. I lived this awful, this time period in computer games. I lived through this, and I made it. Barely, but I made it. There were also a lot of, we were talking about before, a lot of games that, not these ones, but they came a little bit afterwards that were just incredibly difficult, and they would have things where, you would have to be somewhere at a certain time to meet a certain person, and if you weren't there, you couldn't finish the game.
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's anything like that in this where, if you just... Well, there's nothing time-based in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there is one part that's time-based, but not like that. I'll show you what it is when we get there. So, yep, now we need to get to the ship, and we do so by going down this corridor.
And dead.
Well, not quite. Roger will go walking down a hallway, minding his own business.
Fine. We're gonna be
giant rat and comes and beats you up.
They're gonna beat you up.
Biff.
Look at Lily beats you up.
And he takes your wire. Like that wire we picked up from downstairs, the rat took it because we made his home dark.
Oh man.
So now we need to... So what do you think the answer to this puzzle is? We just lost our wire.
Do we have to go get it from the rat?
Yes, we do. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. No, I remember because I was watching another Let's Play of this, and the guy who was playing the Let's Play, what he did was he went all the way back down to where he was and took the wire from there.
Uh-huh.
And you can do that. And the thing is, the second time you won't actually get beaten up and it won't take it from you.
Uh-huh.
So it's basically like, do exactly what you already did, but this time it'll work. Like the logic of a madman.
You had to do it all over again?
Well, no, just going back down that ladder and getting the wire.
Oh, okay.
Because the ladder's right over there on the left, you can't see it. Oh, by the way, notice that thing on the left? Does it look familiar to you?
It's a TIE fighter. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you examine it... Oh, I just remember, you don't have to get the wire from down here. You have to get the battery. We had to get the wire from the other area. My bad. So, yeah, this is correct. Sorry, it's been a while since I played it. No, we go back down in the same area we were before, and we take the battery, and this time it won't get taken from us.
Oh, my word.
Which is stupid. By the way, that ship up there, if you look at it, it'll say it's a relic of the Cologne Wars. Har, har, hardy,
Har, 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 har. Oh, Sierra. You're so funny.
Yes, referencing things that are better than you. Way to go.
You're so funny, Sierra. This is a funny company. You walk down the street, you go out to the left, you can run back car!
That happened in Police Quest, didn't it?
Well, having a Laura Bow, probably Police Quest, probably a number of games where, like, you know...
Well, King's Quest 1 was notorious for that.
Oh,
for like, killing you 2 seconds into the game if you walked, like, one step in the wrong direction at the very start.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a gentle death, either. Like, you got mauled to death by alligators. Like, I grew up with, like, especially a lot of the Sierra games, like, because my school, and the weird thing was, I went to a Christian school, so why they had all these fucking horrible games, I don't even know. But we didn't even have Oregon Trail.
Oh, that was one of the best.
Yeah, that was a classic of, like,
you know what?
of, like, elementary school computer games.
You know what? Meager rations, grueling pace. Shut up, little Billy. We go on until you die of dysentery.
They die of dysentery.
Uh-oh. Belle got bitten by a rattlesnake. Well,
get another kid and just have them by the dozen because half of them are gonna die from the mystery. How's that work back in those days? Oh, I think I show off another bullshit death here. Well, not necessarily a bullshit death because it is kind of obvious if you look at it.
No, it's not. It's not because I've got a feeling I'm falling.
I wonder what's about to happen. And wait for it. Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Again, that same one from earlier.
Yep,
But yeah, we had Space Quest 3 on there. It was actually Space Quest 1, 2, and 3. We also had King's Quest 1 through 4. But what you actually have to do is you have to go into... There's a ladder right there, and you have to climb it. And if you go, like, one step too far in that direction, you fall off again.
Into the ship. So, like, we get to, like get on the ship and, leave the game, right? We win.
Close. Yeah, there's a bunch more bullshit coming, and especially... Oh, you wait till we get to the ending as well. The ending's fantastic. It is my second favorite ending ever for a Sierra game. My first being Leisure Suit Larry 3, which I also want to show up on the channel just because, that game was so absurd. It was even worse than this. I mean, it didn't have as much bullshit death, but it has some other things in it that... Yeah, that was my fault. I get it. The problem was with the emulator, like, it would actually press the button, like, 2 seconds after you did. So, like, you'd be typing and you wouldn't realize you'd made a mistake until a little bit later. Yeah, they warn you that it looks slick up here. And so, what are we going to do? We're going to walk close to the edge and fall off again. Off like a 2-foot drop. And your head explodes.
Oh my word, jeez.
They get worse than that, and I think we're about to see one of the worst ones as well, once we try to fly out of here.
God.
Yeah, it also didn't, like, clear stuff after you typed it in, which was kind of useful if you were trying to get a certain command to go. But anyway, here we are.
Type in leave game.
You could type in exit and it would just end the game.
Oh.
You can also save the game by typing in save, which I didn't realize, and it will screw me over later on. Oh, wait till you see it. It is brilliant. You're going to love it. I did not. Yeah, we have to put we have to pick up the reactor and the wire and put it in the ship, because we already put that weird warp drive thing in the back. And now we need the reactor and the wire.
All right, now Roger Wilco, you're on your way to
I think there's a bit I cut out here of me just checking the walkthrough, trying to figure out what command it needed. Now, yeah, 7 buckazoids. That's a currency in the galaxy, buckazoids. We will use buckazoids later.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Goodness.
See, this is actually something I liked, and they did it again in Space Quest 6. You actually had to, like, put the correct commands for, like, taking off, and for some reason I like games that do that. Like, Elite Dangerous does it a bit as well. And it makes me feel a bit more immersed when I actually have to do things. Like, you have to, like, this is an actual puzzle, like, thinking about what you have to do and what you... I don't know why I'm clicking a weapon system. It takes me a bit of doing to figure out what to actually press. Because, like, you actually have to... I think you have to press a certain thing to open up the actual... Yeah, we're going to take off, and I think we're going to bump into the ceiling. Because you have to open up the... Oh, no, I remember what happened. You have to shoot a hole in the side of the ship and fly out. Yep. Oh, but we forgot to do one little thing, and it's going to screw us here. Your inadequately protected ship is struck and subsequently killed by the bottleneck of metallic objects.
Oh,
God. And your whole interior
geez.
explodes.
Oh, my word. Like you're an overripe metal.
I think I think I had a minor stroke here. It takes me a minute to get back into the game.
It's kind of like...
Like, fuck. So I realized after, a large amount of effort and bits that I cut, you have to have your shields on before you do that. And you put your shields on from the targeting system I was in. You do weapon system here, and then you have to press front to put your front shields on, and then you fire. Blast a new Why does it call it an orifice? Like, nothing non-biological should be referred to as an orifice.
Yay, we won the game!
No, we didn't. We only have 145 out of 738.
Oh, my word.
How much time do we have left on the video? Oh, we got like an hour left. Actually, more than that, I think.
Oh, we got this. Alright.
We're in for the long haul, dude.
Oh, my word. I wish we would have saved that coffee drink for right now. Jeez. Like...
It's like an hour and a half of video. We're at 20
So,
minutes.
like, you get to choose where to go next, or just, like, takes you somewhere? Like, on rails, kind of?
No, you can just scan and it'll find planets, and you just have to wait until you find the right planet. So that red planet was not the right... We can't go there yet, because we'll die. That is, I believe, the planet we have to go to. Yep. The planet of Fleabut. Get it? It's the word flea and the word butt. It's funny.
Why do we have to go here?
Because we're exploring. Again, Space Quest 6 actually did something like that and did it very well. There were like about a dozen different planets you could go to. They all had different stuff on them. And you could like build your own crew and stuff. It has some decent ideas. And some of the puzzles were a bit non-intuitive. Oh, what's that? Oh, the Terminator's after us. Identity confirmed. Roger Wilco. Case something. Numbers. Wilco wanted for... Yes, in Game 2, you stole from a vending machine. So, the judgment is... Terminate.
What? So, like, you stole from a vending machine in Space Quest 2?
Mind you, it was a few years... We've been in cryostasis for several years, apparently.
And so that he gets,
Because I think with interest for all the stuff we stole, it's up to like a couple million credits. Yeah, see, again, I really like that interface. Like, it's fairly intuitive. take off, land, start up weapons, and everything. Other than the point where you had to think to have your shields on, which, again, I didn't figure out at first. But oh yeah, your ship's called the Aluminum Mallard. Do you get it, Cris?
Jeez.
Once again we're referencing something that's better than we are.
Har. Sarah, you're so funny.
Yeah.
Can you give it Can you give it the the thing like drink first thing you find underneath space sink, like space bleach?
I don't know if there's space bleach on this ship. I think that's asking a bit much of the programmers. Meanwhile, another spacecraft touches down elsewhere on the very same planet. Oh, is it the Terminator bot?
Da-na-na-na.
Wait for it to open. And look at him standing in an awesome pose.
He looks like Schwarzenegger.
Yep. Wait for it. And he presses the button on his belt. And he turns invisible. Good thinking, programmers. Now we won't have to actually animate him walking away. We can just make footprints appearing in the dirt.
Oh my word, I hate you, Ben.
Don't blame me for this shit.
Ben, it's called scapegoating. I need someone to blame for this. That's right. Let me guess, you walk off in the desert, you get eaten. Or you die.
Oh, there's about a dozen ways to die in here. I think I show off about half of them, but then I get sick of doing it after a while. This is me getting stuck in a pit for that doesn't actually kill you, by the way. It just knocks you down in the pit, and then you have to find a. There is only one way out. If you try to walk back up the way you came, it'll just tumble you down again. And I find that out the hard way. Yep. And then I get angry, and so.
What is the plot to this game?
As of right now. Well, the first bit of the plot was get out of the junker.
That's done.
Now we're just exploring space.
Because reasons.
Right, and we're being chased by a Terminator. That's the plot, is the Terminator is trying to kill us.
Oh my word. You should...
Let's go for the giant monster thing in the background.
Yeah, let's talk to him. I bet he's friendly. He looks friendly.
Yeah, by the way, that's not actually something that's going to... Well, that in and of itself is not going to kill us. That's just decoration. It's to show off this shop. Weird blob monsters, hooray! Yeah, they're speaking in alien. Y'all come back, nut. See what he did? See what he did? He said one thing and thought another. It's irony. Do you get it, Cris?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, Sierra.
Oh, Sierra.
So I'm guessing we have to buy something from this shop.
We have to buy... Yeah, well, we have to buy one thing in particular. We have to sell something first.
Space.
Yeah, that was the last one I didn't show. I didn't show off me making that save file. Hold on. I forget what I'm going to do this time.
I love bullshit deaths.
I wonder what's about to happen. Because if we look at this weird little container here, look at the case. Oh, look, there's a really cute little slime thing. And I remember seeing this thing. Let me guess. Sierra wants me to open this thing, doesn't it? And then it's probably going to kill me for it, isn't it? Yep. Only an idiot would get near one. Like you dumb shit. Fuck you, Sierra. You wanted me to do that. This is like... I've said this is worse than you or Monku just being pointlessly cruel. Even I'm not this pointlessly cruel in Cthulhu.
Well, I mean, at least they follow, some kind of, logic. Sometimes, the game's internally consistent.
Yeah, basically. Now, this salesman always reminded me of the salesman from Monkey Island. Monkey Island 1. With the Stan the Ship Seller Man.
Where'd you get that gem from?
I don't even remember. I found it on the little shuttle somewhere, and I picked it up. Yeah, so if we say no, we can get a little bit extra. Up to 425. It doesn't matter. Once you... Even the basic amount is enough to buy everything you'll ever need.
Uh-huh.
And I just buy everything because you have enough money. He doesn't even tell you how much it costs. As long as you have, any Buckazoids at all, you can just buy everything.
What do you buy here?
Well, there's one item from here you need. We'll show off what it is in a minute.
Do they give you a list or something?
This is what we want. The thermal weave underwear. Well, it's a necessary choice for the story. This is the whole reason we came here. Literally this. We needed the thermal weave underwear. How did we know we needed that?
Is there anything else to buy here?
Well, you could have bought those other things, but again, they're fucking pointless. They don't do anything. You can wear the hat for a little bit. And then, like, the Terminator shakes it off of you.
Oh.
Because we're about to walk out, and oh no!